Welcome in, team, and today we're doing something a little different. We're starting off our series on bands, these guys. So these are very, very inexpensive, and it's a really, really good way to spice up your workouts, either at your home, in your home gym area, your home workout area, or even in a gym. We can talk about some of the usages of these, but what we're gonna do for the next 27 minutes, we're gonna be doing a green level workout. If you wanna jump straight to the workout, the usual spiel, go check out the link in the description below. It'll bring you straight there. Otherwise, for the next couple of minutes, I'm going to talk about the movements in today's workout and how you do them with your bands here. So, first movement we're doing, it's a front squat. So what I'm going to show you first to begin with is the body weight squat. If you don't know how to squat, if you haven't done many squats before, jump into some of the green body weight workouts in the YouTube playlist there, and then come back here because the banded squat is a slight upgrade to the regular squat. Regular squat, feet flat on the floor, heels about shoulder width apart. That can change depending on your anatomy. Toes pointed out slightly. What we're gonna do is we're sitting down, shoulders back, torso upright, pushing the butt back, sitting down until you get that butt down to about the knee level, and then using your glutes and your quads to stand yourself up, thrust your hips forward, okay? So this is your regular body weight squat. What we're gonna do with a band, if you've got one of the big looped bands, all of these workouts we're doing today is with a looped band. You can get the straight rubber bands. All you do with that, hold on tightly to each of the ends, okay? So what we're gonna do now, I'm gonna stand on the band here like this, and I'm gonna bring the band up to my shoulders, okay? And what we're doing, front squats, you can see how I've got the band looped along the top of my shoulders and my elbows up high. This is how I want my posture to look throughout the whole squat. I want my elbows up high and my hands, they're gonna be holding the band here up on my shoulders. Same deal now, we're gonna sit down and you can feel as you get to the bottom, less tension on the band, but now because we've got this rubber band here holding us down, we need a little bit more power to stand up. So notice how my elbows are up, okay? They're not dipping forward like this. I want my elbows to remain up as high as possible, feet flat on the floor for this whole thing, and then standing up, fighting against the rubber band there. So obviously, I'd like you to have the first shot here with a light band. So a yellow or a red or the thinner bands there, okay? Yeah, Mikey. So that's also, if you're here watching YouTube, we've got a live chat. DJ Mikey has mentioned that he's gonna think about chucking a light band in with a lunchbox. You can chuck these into a backpack, okay? You can throw these into a backpack, you can throw these into just whatever you carry around, your suitcase, your briefcase, whatever, and you can do some rehabilitation work, you can do some strengthening work at home, or at work, or wherever you are. So you see there, if you wanna add a little bit of spice to your squats, that's all it takes. One band here. So after front squats, we're gonna be doing seated rows. Now this one, you've heard me say this before, when we're doing body weight workouts, it's often quite hard to work your back muscles, unless you have a pull-up bar. This apparatus, the rubber band, actually makes it quite easy to add in some movements which are gonna work your back muscles. So this is all it is. You see here, I've looped the band underneath my feet. I wanna make sure that my feet are upright so the band doesn't move anywhere. I'm gonna hold on to the end of the loops here, and I'm literally just gonna row backwards, okay? Seated rows. Now with these ones, I want you to make sure that your back is up nice and straight. Can you see me there, chat? Can you see me there, YouTube? The back is straight, okay? I'm not rounding my back like this. Nice and straight, pulling the shoulder blades back, and as I row, I wanna squeeze my shoulder blades together. I'm keeping my elbows down nice and low. If we were to raise the elbows like this, it is a slightly different movement. We will still be working the muscles on our back, but they'll be slightly different muscles. At this stage, I'd like you to keep your elbows down nice and low because you're gonna be activating some bigger muscles, okay? Bigger muscles when your elbows are down low. We can talk about more advanced movements in future band workouts, different colors, but for today, low elbows, shoulder blades back, nice. After seated rows, we're gonna be doing front raises. Now this is one where I may actually grab a lighter band. I'm gonna grab one of the skinny bands. Tiny little ones, okay? This one, front raises. So what we're gonna do with front raises, again, we're gonna stand on the band. Now the standing on the band, that's your anchor point. And what we're gonna do here, nice straight arms, Standing up nice and tall, shoulder blades pull back, raise, straight arms in front of you, and then down. Straight up and down. So you see here, with me, the yellow band is actually quite good. If you want to adjust how much tension you have on the band, then make your stance wider, okay? And what happens with that, when you widen how much rubber you've got in between your legs, you're actually taking more rubber from this loop, and it adds a little bit more tension to the amount of rubber that you're pulling up. If you stand close together, you see there's lots of loose rubber here now, so it's actually much easier to pull up. So it's a quick little tip. Stand wider, and you get more tension on those front raises like that. Obviously, you're gonna get to a point where it's actually too easy. That's when you upgrade the band. After our front raises, we're gonna go to seated twists. Awesome, thanks for the question there. I'll check that out after the workout. So seated twists now. So what this is a seated twist, Russian twist, also known as. What we're gonna do is we actually see how I've got the light band here. What I'm gonna do with these seated twists is actually bring my feet up. I'm gonna hold at a given point here, okay? So I can hold it down here if I'd like to make it more difficult, or I can give it a little bit more slack. What we're gonna do here now, instead of using a kettlebell or a dumbbell, we're gonna use a band. And we're gonna twist. So I'm balancing on my butt. I've got my shins horizontal to the ground. If you want to, if it's too hard to actually lift your feet up and balance, you can keep your feet down here nice and low. Twist, twist. So what we're trying to work is our core muscles. We're using the rotational muscles here, and we're also working some of the back muscles in order for us to pull it backwards. Yeah. It's a good question. Yeah, no stress. We'll check that one out after the workout. So after our seated twists, we're going to be doing concentration curls. These are two movements now, which a little bit like glam muscle movements. Concentration curls, they focus on your biceps. So normally with a curl, you'd either be standing or sitting, and you'd just be curling up like this. A concentration curl, what that does, it actually takes your elbow, plants it into your inner leg here, so that your arm doesn't move, okay? So a way that we can add resistance to this, if you don't own dumbbells or you don't own anything, to add resistance to it, what you can do is actually loop the band under one foot, or through the foot through the band on one side, the band under your other foot, grabbing here, and then concentrating on those curls. So the reason they're called concentration curls, couple of reasons why. Number one, you look like the statue of the thinker that's really concentrating, okay? But the other thing is you really want to actually think about the mind-muscle connection. We've isolated the other muscles by having the elbow planted on the elbow here. So it's elbow on the knee, sorry. So it's just sitting here. We're isolating the bicep itself and just really thinking about activating the bicep and only the bicep as you curl. Now, obviously, whatever we do on one side, we're gonna do on the other side here. So I've got the band looped, or the foot looped through the band on one side, the band under my other foot. I'm gonna place the elbow on the knee there, and then we're gonna concentrate through those curls. Good. So when we get warmed up, we call them face punches if your head gets too low. That's right. So keep a nice tight hold on the band here. So after our concentration curls, we're then gonna shift to the triceps. So biceps on this side of the arm, we're then gonna do the triceps on the back of the arm. And one of the best ways of doing this is a little bit tricky to get into, and always start with a super low tension band with this one. You see, I like to put the band under my heels, lifting the band up behind my head, elbows up as high as I can, and then I'm gonna press it up. So with tricep extensions, we wanna make sure that our elbows actually stay in the same spot. So you see my elbows aren't flaring out, they're not going forward or back, they're staying up nice and upright, pressing my arms up and then down. So that's our tricep extension. We've got the biceps, triceps, and then the final movement that we're gonna do with our bands as part of this beginner workout, single leg deads with a band. So normally, the single leg deads, if we're working our left leg, we're actually gonna have the left leg planted, right leg is gonna go backwards, right hand is gonna reach down towards the left foot, and then bring that up. what we're gonna do now, hey Beardy, how you going, mate? We're gonna grab the band, wrap it, double it over, left foot stands on the band, and you see now there's tension in the band. As I stand up, there's tension in already. We're gonna reach down with that deadlift until there's zero tension in the band, and then using our glute and our hamstring, standing up and applying that tension, okay? So you can see a couple of things going on there. The band is gonna start to apply tension, so you're forced to act a little bit differently in terms of balance, right? You're forced to act a little bit more conscious of where the band is pulling you, but now you're also acting against gravity even more because the band is gonna be pulling you down in the direction of the band. So cool. Do one leg, do the other leg, and then we'll repeat that whole thing. So we're gonna start that off. We're gonna get into the squats. I'm gonna grab my yellow band here. Sorry, the red band. Put the yellow one down, grabbing the red band. And in 20 seconds time, team, we're gonna start this off with our front squats. So pressing start on your watch. we're gonna measure this workout. This way you can keep it all balanced. So you remember what I did there? I'm gonna stand on the band. I'm gonna bring it up to my shoulders. I'm keeping my elbows up nice and high and in front of me. And in 3, 2, 1, squat. Nice. You had a good hike, Beardy. So welcome into everyone that's in chat there. Sorry, I didn't say hello to you while I was doing the introduction there. But we can chat while we're doing our workout now. These front squats, trying to keep the elbows up nice and high. So yeah, Beardy, nice hike. Watching the sunrise off the ocean, that's always nice. There we go, done. 30-second rest. We've got these rows to do now, so we're gonna take a seat. Full pack and weight vest. Whew. On the sand as well. How are your calves made? Okay, taking a seat. We're gonna wrap the band under our feet. Whenever you are doing these sorts of workouts too, if you've got a notepad or a journal, it's always good because you can take note of what color band you're using. The good thing is as well, one thing, if you do go to a gym and you can use the bands there, that's cool, that's awesome. But if you can buy your own set of bands, then you'll get used to what the tension is for each color. Okay, because I'll say things like, oh look, go grab your red band or go grab your yellow band. I'm pretty sure that the color of my bands here is somewhat of a standard, but you might find the different brands have different nomenclature or different colorizations for their bands and the tensions that you have there. One calf is angry and the hips are sore. Oh, because like an angled walk. Oh mate, yeah. Sand soccer. Green heart, yeah. All right, let's do these front raises. I'm gonna swap over to the yellow band. I'm gonna go straight to the red yet. We'll do that on some later rounds. So we've got the front raises. So front raises are all about your shoulders, okay? So you see here, I'm gonna stand up nice and tall, raise, and down. Another thing that you can do to actually increase the amount of work that you're doing with these front raises, increase your time under tension. So if you're holding it up here, 3, 2, 1, and then slowly bring that down, okay? So that's a really, really good way of increasing how much work you're doing with these front raises. Up, bring it down, good. Okay, after our front raises, we've got the seated twist. Sticking with this guy, you saw how much trouble I had with it before.
One thing.
You hate bands, Family Frenzy, but you should get a set. Yeah, they're very, they make it really easy to vary your routine when you are doing, hey Mikey. Here we go, seated twists. They do make it easy to actually vary your routine if you're traveling. Do a hotel workout. So I'm gonna start off here with my feet on the floor. We're gonna do our beginner level seated twist here. So even that's a little bit, that's a lot of tension in the bands here. You see, I'm reaching around and I'm touching the floor. Touch the floor. That adds a lot of spice to it, doesn't it? that adds so much spice to it. I remember one time, Mikey, you were asking me to do the seated twist with the band, even with that yellow one. Oof, oof. You know, like how the tension's a bit different from standard weights? That's the fun of it, family frenzy. Concentration curls, let's go. We'll start off with the yellows. You might need a second to get ready for this, so start now. So under the leg here. There we go. So yeah, the deal with bands, the tension actually changes over the range of motion. So that's one of the inherent difficulties and also one of the strengths of bands. I don't see it as a downside. Some people could say, oh, it's different than a standard weight, but what it can do is actually teach you to be more stable or to vary your stability. Yeah, it's a little bit like a hammer curl. Yeah. A bit like a hammer curl. I think it's more, I suppose I call it a concentration because we've got our elbow in the knee like a preacher, if that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna wrap around this one. And like this, and then on the other side here. There we go. Cool. Oh, you're looking at the positioning of the hand like that? Yeah, okay, so that's a really good point to make as well, Mikey, thank you, is that you see here, if I hold it so that the palm of my hand is facing my bicep, that's more of a traditional bicep curl, okay? If we rotate the wrist so it's a bit more like that, there we go, that's a bit more of a hammer curl. So you're right. And the difference is slight. It's a little different. And you know what? Thank you for pointing out, Mikey, because what I'd say, if you're watching at home, try and hold it a bit more so that your palm is facing your bicep. Because what that's gonna do is isolate more of the bicep itself. When you do go into the forearm, you're reading my mind. When you do go into that hammer positioning, what it's gonna do is work a little bit more forearm. So 2 reasons why you do that. If you wanna specifically work the forearm, you go to a hammer curl, or if you have some wrist pain, if you're doing a standard bicep curl and your wrist starts to hurt, swap it to a hammer curl. You might find that you relieve a bit of the pain that way. So no, very, very good point there. Okay, let's get these overhead triceps in. This one's always tricky to get into to start with. So heels onto the band. I'll bring this up. Nice tight hold on the band. And what I'm concentrating on is keeping my elbows in the same position, okay? So I'm gonna have my elbows up above my head, keeping them reaching up towards the ceiling, and then I'm gonna use all of the power in the triceps to drive it up towards the ceiling, my fists towards the ceiling there. Cool. So to begin with, first round, the yellow one feels good. Hey, it's me again with the wrist pain. The yellow one felt good with that to begin with because I was just opening up the shoulders, getting a little bit of overhead mobility there. We got the right single leg deads now, but I will upgrade the band there when we need to. So right leg, band's under the right. I've got tension in it already. We're gonna go down to 0 tension and then standing up. So starting off with a nice low tension band here. And you see my left leg is nice and straight. And as I bring it up to the front there, I'm not touching the floor with it. I wanna try and keep my hips squared away with the direction that I'm facing. And then bringing that leg up to the side, but not touching the floor. Yet. Jambro. Yeah, so these ones Jambro, we actually picked up from Amazon. Grace, do you have an Amazon link? Do you have one of your affiliate links you can grab? Because that will help you with your Amazon thingies. See if we can find a Grace link for some Amazon bands. There used to be a time when you'd have to be a little bit careful about the quality. Yeah, annoying to set up. Yeah, okay, fair enough. There used to be a time we had to be a little bit careful about bands. You still do have to be careful. So make sure when you are buying bands or anything fitness related, that you're getting something reputable or something hard to mess up. Now, I've never had a band snap on me I mean, when I say snap, I've never had one deteriorate to the point where the band is broken and snapped. We've had a few instances where a band has snuck free of what it's attached to or secured to and snapped a body part, haven't we, Grace? We've had a few of those. But the things you want to look for while we're in our 60-second rest, every now and then, just have a look. Just have a look at the band. Just pull it through your fingers and pull it through your fingers and just have a look at the integrity of the rubber. If you start to see any sort of cuts or splits in the rubber, throw it out. Like, throw it out. Because whenever you've got the structural integrity breaking like that, it's on its way, yeah? Hey Liam, how you going, mate? All right, let's go front squats. I'm gonna go red band. Actually, I might go black band. We're gonna upgrade. Black band front squats for Jeff. So if you have trouble getting it up into the starting position, just squat down, okay? And your back, Jim. So you're gonna squat down first, pop it into that front rack position, elbows up, and then squatting up. So all the way down and up. So again, mentioning the difference in resistance in the band, you're gonna find here at the bottom, there's no resistance. You don't feel it, it's great. But then at the top, as you get higher and higher and higher, you need to apply more and more force with your glutes and your quads in order to get the band all the way up to the top, which is good because it'll train you in different areas, different variations of the squat. Max effort deads. Ooh, sleepy, yeah. I was gonna say green band, but I guess black is it. We'll go green band on the third round, Mikey. Oh, Beefwood, have you got the clip? Oh no. All right, let's go seated rows, black band. So whenever you're doing these workouts, this workout that we're on here, I think I've got 3 rounds listed. So first round is the warm up. First round is you figuring out how much you want to be working with. Second round, you're gonna get some proper work in with these reps. And in the third round, I want you to test your limits. I want to see, yeah, green band rows would be a bit oof. We give that a shot though, Mikey, I reckon. We'll give it a crack. For those that haven't seen or haven't realized, the band's hanging on the rig there. The green band is the highest tension that I own here. And you can tell the tension of a band because it's thicker. You see the thickness? So for me, it's yellow, red, black, purple, green. Which is completely different to if you're a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. The belts are in a different order. Hey, cool. Sweet, thanks, Grace. Okay, front raises. Now I'm gonna go to red because your shoulder muscles are actually smaller than your leg muscles or your back muscles. So you don't wanna go too hard on the shoulders to begin with. We started on yellow. Red is good. Red's a good working weight for me. And you see my posture, I'm trying to keep my back upright, standing up nice and tall, arms straight, and holding it for about a second at the top here. Nice, good. 39.95 for a full set, same colors, nice. Fantastic, that's the same, yeah. I don't know if I've got a brand listed on these. What's the brand of those ones, Grace? They'll be the same color ways, probably. Seated twists. Oh, yellow. The twists are hard enough as they are. Meteor, sweet. Yeah, jam, bro, they will, mate. Okay, I'm gonna try with my legs off the ground. And all you do, if it's too hard, you go to the tension below. So you go to a lighter tension band because they stretch quite a lot. I can show you. Keep your knees together. You see there, I'll let my knees slip for a second. Woof. So look, if I they stretch quite a bit, see that? There's a lot of give in those. So they're very good. Thanks, Mikey. Yeah, so start with a lower resistance, see how much they stretch, and then as you get stronger, you can up the resistances there. Okay, concentration curls. I'm gonna upgrade to the red now. get a little bit more pump. Yeah, that's the way. Cool. And again, same theory applies as before. When I said, if you want to add some more tension, one way of doing it is just spreading the legs a little bit, because what you're going to do, you're going to take up some of that free rubber in between your feet, leaving less rubber for your arm to be pulling against. And when you've got less rubber, then it's going to have a higher resistance because of that. It's usually denoted by the letter K in physics, the spring coefficient of an elastic substance. So you'll have more tension because there's less material with that spring coefficient in it. Let's go. Okay, 10 more seconds. And spread the feet a little bit. Get a bit more work on this bicep here. Oh, you meal prepping some chicken? Oh my goodness, caramelized onion butter seasoning. Was that homemade? Did you caramelize those onions yourself? I was reading a little bit of, because I'm reading a lot more stuff, research and just some study papers and things. There was a study done on, because I hear it a lot. People say, oh, I don't have the time. I don't have the time for workouts. I don't have the time to do what I want. Apparently, biceps and arms. If you want to grow your biceps and arms, then you want to do apparently around 10 working sets a week. So 10 working sets, so that's not including warm-up sets. But if you did 5 working sets, so half of that amount, you'd still get about 70% of the gains that you would in doing 10 working sets. So you see that? You see, when we're talking about efficiencies, standing on the band here, by the way, for my triceps, you're halving the amount of time you have to do work, but you're still getting 7/10 of the actual gains out of it. So that's a way to work smarter without working too much harder, if that makes sense. So yeah, don't just throw out your whole routine because I don't have the time to do like 10 working sets. But you do 5 working sets, you're still gonna get 70% gains. Yeah, exactly. The concept that something is better than nothing, 100%. Yeah. All right, red band for these single leg deads. So if you're following me at home, don't know about you, my shoulders and my arms and my whole upper body just feels so much more loose now, so much more mobile. 2 reasons for that, the motion and the flexibility, but also the fact that we're activating muscles now as well. So right, single leg deads. Here we go, much more in the band here. Hey Liam, I was waiting how long it would take for you to see that. So I think I put in your program there, Liam, every 20 floors, you can stop and have a 2-minute break, but you got to get up 20 floors. Is it every 10 or every 20? I think it was every 20, because you're at the final stage of your you did it, yeah. It was every 20, yeah. I was gonna say, at the beginning of your program, it was every 10, but now you've hit that whole beast level button, right? And I'm not letting you up on that. Never gonna let you up. Never gonna let you slack. All right, we got bandage. We've got a. Let's go. Good. It's a funny little song. We've come a long way, Liam. You, not you, not we. It's a you. It's a you, mate. It's all on you. You can praise me as much as I want, and I'll take it. You better bloody believe I'll take your praise. But in the end, mate, it's all you. Good on you. I've loved seeing your growth. Mikey can have the credit. Yeah. Oh yes. All right, we're back into the front squats. One more round. Mikey, we on green squats? So look, if you're watching at home, I want you to make a realistic choice based on how you felt throughout the movements with your other bands. If you've been sitting on the red band, sitting pretty, feeling good, feeling like you're getting a nice sweat on, keep it at that. If you want to try something a little bit more intense, go for the thickest band there is. Now the squats are a good one to test your metal on because you have big muscles in your legs, big muscles in your glutes, and these are the muscles that are gonna show you how good you are in the beginning, okay? So we're starting at the bottom here. Oh yeah, good. Keep those elbows up. So you see here as well, you're forced to keep your heels flat on the floor. If you lift your heels up when you're squatting, the band's gonna snap your butt. And you don't want that. Well, you might want that, but it's not the setting for it. It's not the time nor the place to have your butt snapped. Good green band. All right, rows with a green band, Mikey, you reckon? This is a good one. Your back muscles, I find that people tend to undersell themselves when it comes to back muscles. Sometimes you don't realize how strong your lats and your delts and your traps are, especially when combined, okay? Let's go. Okay, so beginner levels, don't do this. This is a good one. Stick with your black bands, but if you really want to try it, make sure your posture remains powerful, okay? No back rounding at all. This is all in the upper back muscles, the traps, the lats, the delts, the rhomboids. A little bit of delts. Back's the strongest part of your body, you reckon? Jolly green giant. That was good, look, I'm sweating. From a couple of reps of rows. Bit of sweats. Okay, we're gonna go to the red band for, look, let's go black band for these front raises. This is gonna test me. So again, bit of a lesson. If you're at the beginner level here, you're still trying to figure out, nice. You're trying to figure out what your limits are, okay? What's too many makes one band less? Oh, no, family frenzy. It should make you want them more. The harder work you can get out of it, the more efficient you are with your workouts. So you're not faffing about doing stuff that you don't enjoy. If you get the bands, you don't have to do as many reps because you're working with a higher intensity and you're gonna get to your goals quicker, all right? It's a very Japanese way of thinking of things. See, I wanna try and spin things in a way that, yeah, exactly, family frenzy. Given your Japanese heritage, I want you to think about what would the Japanese approach be? Efficiency. Yeah, here we go. Seated twists, red band. Yep, exactly. Okay. Oh, this sucks. Actually, this is great. I've got a bit of a groove with it now. Good. That was a great set. I love that. I love that a lot. Okay, my mic keeps slipping out, but that's fine. You could do one deadly rep and focus on the 2-minute eccentric. Ooh. Time under tension. Okay, let's go black band for these curls now, okay? Right hand first. So focusing on the eccentric. Oops. That was a bit much. That was a bit much. Good. Oh, nice. Good. Good, 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 good. Always finish with the eccentric. Big hold at the end, yeah. All right, left hand. So securing it with the foot through the loop. The right foot goes over the top to give you that fulcrum point. Just pressing the elbow into the knee there. This is our concentration, this is our preacher, okay? Good. And now you're thinking about the mind-muscle connection. You're thinking about this bicep expanding and wanting to pop. Squeeze. All of your thoughts should be on that bicep. Concentrate on it, hence concentration curls. Got it, got it, got it, got it, got it. 55. 55-pound band is 25 kilo. Yeah. The thing as well to note, when you're talking about the tension units of a band, correct me if I'm wrong, I reckon that's how much tension is being applied at the full extension of the band, right? I'm pretty sure that's it. Or at a given length of extension of the band. So even if it's a 55-pound band, if you just pull it like that, it's still only gonna be like 10 pounds worth of force, right? Cool, overhead triceps. Let's go. Red band, black band. Let's go black band for this one. Let's really test ourselves, okay? Yeah. Ready? That is such a good tricep because you can really feel it at the bottom here. You can really feel it putting the pull. It's putting the full stretch on that tricep. So you've really got to pull it out of that full extension. So you've got a full flexion, sorry. Amazing, amazing. All right single leg deads. Where's Mike? Hello? We got Mike here? Mike, is it back? 1, 2, 1, 2, hello? Back, cool. Maybe it was just while I was facing the other way and the band was stuck on the thing. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Right, single leg deads. X is the distance pull. I bumped on the last try movement, thank you. It's back. I was gonna say the full flexion of the tricep in that overhead tricep extension. It's a movement that I don't do enough of, and I really, really love it. I'm just gonna do a couple more reps here, just because I was talking. Good, awesome. All right, last movement here, chat. So force, the tension, negative XK, where X is the distance pull and K is the coefficient of spring. Yes. K is that number I mentioned earlier. Spring coefficient. Here we go. All that useless stuff that I retained from my physics lessons. I remember that K is the spring coefficient. But, you know, it's handy, isn't it? Because I understand how bands work, which is something that's used in the fitness industry a lot. Keep the hips squared away. And my friends, that's it. That's it for the first of our only bands. Only bands series, only bands. Look, welcome into all the new people who have just started watching us. Really quick introduction. I'm gonna do more of these though. We're gonna do a couple more beginners, we're gonna do a couple more intermediates, and we're gonna do an advanced session with bands. These guys, super inexpensive way to add some extra resistance to your workouts. If you're feeling like your bodyweight workouts, they're doing the trick, but you know what, you might want something a little bit more. Grab yourself a set of bands. Mikey and I, we still call them this, we used to call them this a lot more. They're called a gym in a bag. Because honestly, if I grab all of my bands here, have a look. I'll line them up nicely. And actually, in the new gym, we're gonna have some hooks on the walls to hang these from, because they look kind of cool. But honestly, I've got doubles of all of them now. I've got 2 sets of each of these bands with multiple different tensions. See how that just wraps up and you can chuck that into a duffel bag? Little tote bag. And there's your whole gym in a bag there. So stay tuned onto the YouTube channel or join us on Twitch, twitch.tv/fit for purpose, where we're gonna do a whole series on these banded workouts. See you in the next one.